So may may partner. Ay, arte!
Kasi mahulog ako. Bastos. Unfriend.
Block!
Yes.
So, when was the time where you actually felt like, hey, I can do this? Komportable na ako.
I wanted to disappear.
Hi everybody, my name is Jho and welcome to the channel. So hopefully you guys can subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to see more of my videos. Today I think someone commented in one of my videos and he said that he wanted to know more of my experience as a first-time radio DJ. And there's, I guess, a lot of things to cover kasi ako as my experience being in the radio industry. I don't know how. I think I was in the radio industry 2017 yata. 2016 I think. And I was still training at that time. But first time experience as a radio DJ, it can be really nerve-wracking. If you can see, like itong board pa lang, what we have here, may mic, merong headphones, there's the console, there's just really so much na you can see and sometimes you don't know which one to cover first. Kasi ako, for me, siguro the first few things that you can cover as a radio DJ is, syempre, magsasalita ka. And then, magku-cue ka ng songs. And bukod doon, meron pang our song to songs, di ba? Yung parang, yung nagku-cue ka, yung nagsasalita ka, nag-intro ka before the song plays, ganyan. So, there's really so much to cover. And the first time I did or when I popped on or sat down behind the console, it was really, I didn't know where to focus first. Parang ano ba dapat gagawin ko, ganyan. But, you know, I beat myself for it. Parang 3 months pa lang ako. I was really new. 3 months pa lang noon, I was like, bakit ganon? Parang lagi ako nagkakamali, ganon. But then later on, I kind of, eventually, hindi naman din ganun kabilis and kadali yung transition for me becoming relaxed behind the console and really controlling everything. It takes a long while before you do, but siguro one tip that I could give is really not to beat yourself up from the mistakes that you've been doing. Kasi kung 3 months ka pa lang or even 6 months I guess, tapos parang lagi ka nagkakamali, ganyan, and you don't really learn from your mistakes while being on board, then that's where you should be really, parang dun ka dapat magtaka, like what's going on, bakit, you know, I don't get to learn from my mistakes. And it really does help if you have a mentor with you or someone who could teach you, someone who could help you see the ropes and how it is. So, kabado ko. Sobrang kabado talaga. Hindi ganun kadali. Talagang it would be so annoying to be here, tapos magkakamali ka. Well, you know what? Until now, 2017, 2021, until now, I still do, I do have mistakes. On air, magpe-play ng songs, minsan may dead air, minsan may hindi ako nape-play na songs, and I'm not saying that's completely okay. That's not the way it should be, because it's radio. You're supposed to treat it as how it is, as a professional, how do I say it? Parang dapat malinis pa rin, ganon. It's not good. I'm not saying that it should be the way, but it happens. It does happen. It does happen to me, and sometimes other radio DJs do have. We can, as radio DJs, mapapansin namin, like maririnig namin. We listen to other radio stations as well. So minsan maririnig namin, they also have mistakes, ganyan, and that's okay. Okay rin naman siya, pero just don't do it all the time. Not on purpose. First time as a radio DJ, nakakakaba, but eventually, you'll be fine. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Yun na naman feeling ko nung time na yun. If you want to know more, I guess if you have any more questions, let me know. So we're gonna go ahead and ask my partner. She's actually here. Tanong natin yung partner ko kung how she felt, how do I say it? Kung ano yung naramdaman niya first time when she was a radio DJ. Let's see. So, may partner. Ay, arte!
Kasi mahulog ako.
So, yan. So, we have my partner here. Her name is Pam.
Hello! Hi, everybody.
Ayan. And I know she likes me.
I'll show you.
So, yan. We
a lot of them have been asking parang, what's our first time? What was it like during our first time in radio? And we want to know what was yours like. Yung feeling.
It was first time, tagal na kasi na to, I think it was surreal. It was unbelievable. Like, when I was starting kasi, it was first station that, parang it was the best. If not the best again, nandun sa top na best stations that time. And, syempre, it was nerve-wracking. It was parang, I couldn't believe it that I was allowed to go on air and speak on the microphone in that station. And the pressure was also different because you know that they're always tuned in. Whether the jocks are on board or not, they're nasa kalsada pala sila or whatever. They are listening to the stations. And syempre, back then we were called, campus patrollers. So, minomonitor talaga nila kami and they want us to improve. So, nakakatakot because pwede ka nalang i-correct.
Yeah. And it's different yung training before and then now. Kasi parang before, I think it's a lot more stricter. And if the OG radio DJs were able to stumble upon this video, iba talaga. Because I feel like now, it's just much more relaxed.
Yes, it's parang you're free to speak in Taglish. Like back then, it has to be straight English. It has to be a smooth ad-lib if you're doing song-to-song intros. If you are talking to a caller, it was more, is it structured compared to what we do now? Parang limited yung talk time mo, tapos kailangan talaga smooth. Pag nabaro ka, you mispronounce something, they'll call you out for that. And I think that was good training naman.
I think I did get to receive a couple of that, yung parang strictness from Chris. From Chris. And I think it was a really good basis of a foundation talaga. The strictness of being so, yung parang concise or parang limited, the strictness.
Like going straight to the point instead of going around the bush kung ano man yung gusto mong i-impart na information or update to the listeners. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. So, what was it like when you were behind the console na? Tapos, kasi diba, it's so much pag nandun ka, parang isipin mo yung sasabihin mo, tapos it has to be perfect. Iisipin mo yung music kung magandang segue, and then parang also your personality has to be in on there. So what was it like?
Take note that back then, we didn't have what we have here.
Okay.
Walang
Software,
jazzner, walang odds. So CD yun.
So those are softwares. If you guys have seen my video from Jam, yung odds av na software we have here is Jazzler, but before walang ganon.
Yes, walang ganon. So you have to use CDs, and for commercials, if we just drag it here, click and drag, there you use cards. So kailangan binabantayan mo yun so that it has to be tight. They do not want that 1 second, half a second lull or break from commercial to commercial. And yung songs, nasa-segue mo siya. Hindi ka tulad dito na parang, oh yes, bastos, unfriend.
Block.
Yes, so it was more difficult, I think, than what we are doing now. Because you have to press the buttons, mix mo yung parang smooth yung transition, yung ganyan.
So may mga intros pa rin.
May intros pa rin. Yun na nga, kaya lang since na-mix mo yung songs, may i-feed out mo, papasok mo yung isa. And then the first time that I think I was allowed to do it by myself, my mentor was right outside. Parang may glass.
May glass.
Tapos he was like looking at me, nakaganyan, si Tito Joe. I was trained by Jho the Mango. So, ang tagal na rin po talaga. Yeah, so he was like there, parang supportive, yet kabang-kaba pa rin. Knowing also that aside from him, the station manager, si Sarge, was tuned in, as well as the other jocks of that station.
And alam nyo, kapag nandun kayo sa likod, kahit naka-aircon, napakainit. Pawis na pawis.
I disagree.
Bakit?
Back then, hindi katulad here that we have access to the control for the AC doon. Talagang it has to be at a certain level, parang certain temperature, kung 18 degrees. Ano, DJ, 18? Kasi, parang the AC, the temp of the AC is not actually for us, not for the DJs, it's for the
computers.
The computers, parang hindi masyadong uminit. So ganyan. So kailangan naka-jacket yung mga ganito, girl.
Hindi pwede.
No. Yung mga pag-miniskirt, no.
So when I hop into the radio stations then, like I would always use sweaters and stuff. And the first time that I hopped on here, I was wearing like a sweater. Sabi ko, lamig, ganyan. But eventually I did it. So, when was the time where you actually felt like, hey, I can do this, komportable na ako?
Maybe months after, because I was given my own show because they got a new station.
Mhm.
I don't know, I was being trained to be part of that new station,
Yes.
and eventually they gave me a show which was from 3 to 6.
Mhm.
So maybe months after that, kasi iba rin yung programming doon, iba yung songs, iba yung the way you have to deliver stuff. So it really took a while because I felt like everything was so fast and I was studying at the same time.
So, how did you feel kapag nagkakamali ka? What would you tell yourself?
I wanted to disappear. Parang,
Wanted to cry.
how do I make people forget my mistakes that instead na parang, kunyari, my name is Pam,
Mhm.
my name is Fam. Yung mga ganun, it happens. Your PNF,
Totoo!
Boo-Boos,
It happens!
DNV, di ba yung mga ganun? Parang, for the first few months, I
Mhm.
guess, it takes a while for you to get over those mistakes. Yung
Yeah.
parang sa iba, hindi naman nila mapapansin yun. But hindi mo iniisip yung listener dun sa Boo-Boos, iniisip mo the DJs, the other
Mhm.
DJs from the other stations who could be
Listening.
hearing you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yung parang making fun of you na parang, ay, mali,
Sino ba
pronounce
to?
ng name.
Oo. But, and I'd like to think naman the community is really, really supportive, you know. We've seen each other naman, and I think we've worked with a couple of radio DJs.
Yeah. We're friends.
So,
But, yun. So, we learn from each other.
Yeah.
Yun, diba?
Pero yun nga, kasi compared to what it was before, sobrang iba na ngayon, sobrang conversational na.
Sobra. And
Mhm.
before, di ba dito parang no one tells us to modulate, speak
Oo.
this way, speak like that. Doon parang modulate ka. Because when I get excited, I think you've noticed that, it's different. Talagang naging high-pitched
High-pitched siya.
high-pitched yarn. But when I have to read stuff,
Mhm.
di ba
Iba.
medyo modulated. But hindi yun sadya.
Yung ano na, parang, it's normal already.
It's natural.
Yeah,
Oo.
Yeah.
Feeling.
Feeling ka?
Feeling mo, but really, hindi yun parang, you don't make an effort to do it. It just
It just
happens.
happens.
Because some people might think, ay, ang arte, kailangan babaan yung boss. Okay,
Mm-mm.
pero it just
No. It's just that how it is.
how
ganun.
how we do it.
Oo.
Oo.
So, well,
So there.
so it just shows na it doesn't mean that you hopped in on the console. First month pa lang, dapat gamanin mo na lahat.
No, it's, you have room to make boo-boos, but yes, you will be called out for those mistakes of
Oo.
yours. But also to help you be better, be a better jock. Kung yun talaga lalo yung gusto mong gawin.
Any tips for someone who is a new radio DJ or an aspiring radio DJ?
Now kasi it's important that you are updated. You know what is happening around you. You're familiar with the celebrities, even sa politics, parang napapasok din yan kasi sa conversation. So you have to be in the know of what's going on around you, not just in the entertainment scene.
Yeah.
Sports also, because you can use that when you ad-lib.
Yeah.
Kahit na song to song pa yan, pwede
So
mo
true.
ma-inject yun and that's gonna come out very helpful. Also naman, it pays to read a lot. You practice reading. I used to do that. Dati kasi newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
Newspaper, magazines, maybe like 5-15 minutes a day. For the young ones, lalo na,
Mhm.
yung mas younger than you.
Mhm.
Oo, parang you read out loud and practice.
Oh, yeah.
That will help also because eventually, even if you're a smooth talker,
Mhm.
not because you can speak fluently, magaling kang magbasa. Like there are some jocks na ang galing nila to speak spontaneously,
Mhm.
but when you give them something to read, you give them the news, you give them an AOB, an announcement on board, yung mga may pretty OH, they stumble. That's difficult for them. Hindi siya, well, you're lucky if you can do both, but it doesn't always go together.
Yes. Parang ano
So,
lang, practice lang talaga. Parang di naman lahat ng teacher magaling magturo. Parang ganon. Teacher pero hindi siya, there are parang branches, kumbaga pag teacher ka, pwede marunong kang gumawa ng lesson plan or you can also be spontaneous. It's just different branches. So, parang kanya-kanyang branches of, or kanya-kanyang journey when it comes to becoming your own version of a good radio DJ is.
And another thing, let me just add that it's important also, in my opinion, for you to be real. Don't pretend to be
Totoo.
someone else. Ang hirap kaya i-sustain mo.
Yeah,
Ang
yeah.
consistent kung you're trying to put up a certain character when you are on radio and then pag wala ka na doon, hindi pala ikaw yun.
It's
You get what
different.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
say?
yeah. Eh kami ni Pam, parang, kami na
Oh,
yun!
ito na po yung binibigay na namin lahat. Especially to those who get to see us when we go live on Facebook, Instagram, or
Yeah.
wherever. They really see that we're not faking anything.
Mm-mm.
What you hear on air,
That's it.
that's really how we are when we're off air. Ganun talaga
Wala.
kami. Walang hindi pa naman ako marunong mag-arte.
Sabaw
Mag-arte
sa-
lang.
Sabaw today.
Extremely so today. It's gonna be worse tomorrow.
But yeah, thanks, Pam.
Thank
for
you,
hopping
Jo.
on here. So a lot of people are curious about that. So that's my partner. So you guys can listen to us 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the Midday Q.
The wholesome twosome, Pam and Joe. Sorry, hindi ko na to vlog. Sorry.
So that's about it, you guys. Thank you to Pam for hopping on, for answering the questions. So if you guys have any other questions, let's see if we can have the other DJs of Q to hop in to the vlog and hopefully answer a couple of your questions. If you want some more in-depth vlog about radio, siguro possible radio tour here in Q. It's just so sad that, kasi nga pandemic, so hindi pa masyadong, you guys can't even come over here in the station, but hopefully soon. But that's about it. Really quick, really simple. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Just comment it below. So see you guys. My name is Joe. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, 3K, let's go. And also hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss any of my other videos. Bye guys. Peace and love.